Some bonds are stronger than death itself, but when love turns to betrayal, even the grave can't hold on. This is the story of Noela, a woman who cheated death to seek her revenge. Noela Rukundo wasn't a typical housewife. This seemingly ordinary woman from Burundi found herself staring death in the face, a death orchestrated by the one person she thought she could trust, her husband. We travel back to 2015, where a web of lies and a desperate escape would rewrite Noela's life forever. Life can take unexpected turns, and Noela learned that in the most unexpected way. Her story begins far from the dramatic scene of a funeral crash. In 2004, she lived in Australia as a refugee from Burundi, a single mother of 5 seeking a new life. Faith seemed to intervene when she met Balanga Kalala, a fellow refugee from the Congo. Both scarred by past tragedies, Kalala having lost his wife and child to a rebel army, they found solace in one another. Their shared experiences, even with the language barrier bridged by Kalala's English and Noela's Swahili, brought them together. They built a life in Melbourne, a family growing with 3 children of their own. However, beneath the surface of this seemingly happy union, a darkness was festering. Kalala, consumed by unfounded jealousy, became convinced Noela was cheating on him. This twisted suspicion drove him down a horrifying path. In a desperate and cruel act, he paid nearly $7,000 to have Noela murdered. In 2015, Noela was visiting Burundi for her stepmother's funeral. She received a seemingly harmless call from Kalala. He urged her to get some fresh air, a suggestion that would forever alter her life. Stepping outside the hotel, she was snatched away, forced into a car by armed men. Blindfolded and terrified, she was taken to a secluded warehouse, the chilling reality of Kalala's plot dawning on her. Yet, a twist of fate intervened. The gunmen, refusing to kill the woman and children, held Noela captive, their conscience battling the promised money. To prove their loyalty, they called Kalala on speakerphone, forcing Noela to hear his chilling confirmation. He wanted her dead. The world that she knew shattered. Noela fainted. While Kalala believed his murderous plan a success, the kidnappers saw an opportunity. They would keep the money, lie to Kalala about finishing the job, and even charge him more to complete it. Noela, though a prisoner, became a pawn in their twisted game. Days later, with an envelope filled with incriminating evidence, recordings of Kalala's murderous plot, and receipts for the payment, Noela was dumped on the side of the road. The kidnappers gave her an ultimatum: 80 hours to flee the country. The unthinkable had happened. Noela had escaped death. Back in Melbourne, Kalala played the grieving widower, orchestrating a funeral for the wife he believed was dead. News of a tragic accident spread throughout the African community. Meanwhile, Noela, a fighter at her core, refused to be a victim. She reached out to embassies for help in returning to Australia, and she contacted her Melbourne pastor. February 22nd, 2015, Noela made it back to Melbourne, to the scene of her supposed demise. At her own house, mourners were just leaving, their condolences a cruel irony. Stepping out of the car, Noela watched Kalala's reaction, a mixture of disbelief and sheer terror. "Is it a ghost?" he stammered, reaching out to touch her as if to confirm this wasn't a haunting vision. "Surprise," Noela declared, the weight of his betrayal lifting with each word. Kalala's facade crumbled. He screamed apologies, the truth laid bare before him. Noela, with nerves of steel, called the police. The authorities took action, securing a court order against Kalala. A recorded conversation became the final nail in his coffin. Confronted with his own voice admitting the hit, Kalala's defenses crumbled. Tears replaced his lies in a pathetic attempt to justify his actions. Justice, though imperfect, prevailed. In December of 2015, Kalala was charged with incitement to murder, sentenced to 9 years in prison. However, the story doesn't end there. The Congolese community threatened Noela for reporting Kalala. Noela's strength, however unwavering, had become an inspiration. She had stared death right in the face and emerged a survivor, a testament to the human spirit's will to fight back.